Hello everyone, so I'm Fatem Zara Zouaraj, I'm English teacher. Let's back again to talking about the second type of this video for conditional sense, but in this video I'm going to be specific for the second and the third types. This is the most important part for the second year baccalaureate. Please, you have to pay attention to me and listen to me careful, okay? So let's start. We have, here you are, the second and the third conditional sense. In this video, we're going to see the difference between the second and the third. So how in the baccalaureate exam, they're going to give you a sense, you have to put it in the conditional type. But depends on some students, they have a problem when you are going to put it in the second or the third. Here we're going to explain when we use the second, when we use the third conditional. So let's start. The second conditional. The structure of this conditional, we have if plus simple past plus present conditional. Present conditional, we have could or would plus verb infinitive. Okay, why we use this kind of type? We use for imaginary situation in the present or in the future. We talk about some kind of, we wish something that it could be happen. Okay, imaginary situation in the present. Examples here: if I won $1 million, I would buy a new car. Example number 2: if I were you, I would quit smoking. But if I were you, which means I am, if I am instead of you, if I am place of you, but actually I'm not instead of him. If I were the president, maybe the king, the queen, or something like that, I would lower taxes. If I were the president, I'm never going to be a president. I'm just wishing. Something is imaginary situation. They would stay longer if they had more time. They would stay longer if they had more time. If I won $1 million, I could stop working. I could stop working, but actually I don't win nothing. Okay, if I had more free time, I could travel around the world, but I don't have no free time, all the time working. So let's go to exercise here. Put in your mind, write the second conditional sense, put the verb in bracket in correct form. We have simple past plus could or would plus verb. Is that clear? Put in your mind. This is if clause. Here we have comma. It should be necessary in the middle. When we have if in the middle, comma is not necessary. I have already explained this one in the first video for the type 0 and type 1. If you have any problem with this kind of, you can go back again to watch the first video, okay? If you, simple passive verb leave is left. If you left your job, you travel not. You could not travel around the world, okay? If you, simple passive verb to be, if you were nicer to him, he could lend you the money. Here we have if here. When we have if clause here, the main clause could be change sentences, okay? Here it should be the main clause and here if clause. It could be nice if the rain stopped. Okay, let's see the answers. If you left your job, you could not travel around the world. If you were nicer to him, he could lend you the money. It could be nice if the rain stopped. Here we have exchange. Here, as you see here, when we have comma, you use could in the first and simple past here. If all the time followed by tenses, okay, is never followed by could. Never. So this is the most important part for you, is the third conditional. So welcome in our third conditional sentences. It's going to be easy, don't worry. The structure, we have if plus past perfect plus perfect conditional. Perfect conditional, we use could, would, should plus have plus past participle. Past participle of the verb, like go, went, gone. Gone is the past participle of the verb. So here we have if clause. We have, remember, the second we have if plus simple past, could plus verb. Here we have if plus past perfect, not simple past, past perfect plus could or should or would plus have plus verb ed or ppv. Why we use the third conditional? By the way, we use the third conditional for imaginary situation in the past, something that did not happen, for regret, for criticism, for many kind of things, especially for regret, something that did not happen. Examples here: if I had got a gold medal, I would have been happy. But actually, he doesn't. Maybe I don't got nothing. If I had met Suzanne last week, I would have given her the book. If the weather had been good, we would have gone water skiing. If you had gotten up early, you would have caught the early train. So let's go here. You have this is the structure for the third conditional. Remember, we use the third conditional for something that did not happen, is often used to express criticism or regret with the would have, could have, should have. So here we have if clause, here the mean clause. If plus had plus verb ed or ppv. Here comma is necessary when we have if in the first, comma if clause, here comma is necessary. This is the mean clause. Would plus have plus verb ed or ppv. When we have if example here, if I had worked harder, comma, I could have passed my exams. Look here, when we have if in the middle, this is the main clause. If I would, I would have passed my exam if I had worked harder. We have exchange sentences all the time, if followed by past perfect. Put that in your mind, okay? If Sarah had followed the doctor's advice, she couldn't gain more weight. Sarah couldn't gain more weight if she had followed the doctor's advice. It's clear again. The same example. If in the first, comma in the middle. If in the middle, no comma necessary. Okay? So let's go directly to exercises here. Write the third conditional sentence. Put the verb in bracket in correct order. Here, I give you the answer. Okay? In order to see how we can do the third conditional. He crashed his car because he fell asleep while driving. If he had not fallen, we have if had not fallen asleep while driving, he wouldn't have crashed his car. We have fall, fell, fallen. Okay, this is simple past. Look here, we have simple past, simple past. When we have simple past, we have to use the third conditional. When we have positive, we have to use negative. When we have positive, negative. That is the third conditional. Okay, so next one here, simple past, simple past. We use the third conditional. We have if in the middle. If followed, this is hadn't you have this is if clause. Here we have to put it, and here this one. I lost my job because I was late for work. I wouldn't have lost my job if I had not been late for work. Okay, we couldn't go to the concert because we did not have enough money. If we had enough money, we could have gone to the concert. Go means gone. This is gone. Okay, so put in your mind this one for the conditional second and the third. When we have positive sense, it's turned negative. By the way, when we have positive, we have negative. For the second, we can use some senses. Depends on the sense, by the way. Depends on the meaning. But for the third, all the time we use negative for positive, positive for negative. So this is positive, negative, negative, positive. This is the second type example here. I don't have enough money. I cannot travel around the world. Look here, we have present simple. Present simple. In baccalaureate exam is going to have this kind of sense. When we have present simple, it's directly use the second type. If I had the simple past of verb, I don't have enough money, we use the simple past of this one. Have. The simple past of have is had. If I had enough money, I could travel around the world. Could not in negative, we say I could travel around the world. So when we have present, when we don't or doesn't or something, we use the verb. This one, we put it in simple past. Okay, negative, positive, and positive for negative. So this is I think the last for part of my video. The third type: positive, negative, and negative, positive. This is example from baccalaureate exam. Okay, these examples, I use them from baccalaureate exam for 2018, 2019, 2015, and some of them in 2010. I don't remember, but this is example from baccalaureate. Your electricity supply was cut off because you didn't pay the bill. By the way, when we have because, we don't write it here. We write comma. Instead of because, we write comma. Okay? Here we have if in the first. So if you here, we use this one, we put it here. If you had paid the bill, here we have didn't. We don't use the verb did. We use the verb to pay. If you had not, if you, for example, did not pay, we use the positive. If you had paid the bill, your electricity supply wouldn't have cut off. Wouldn't have cut off. Okay? That is was, is wouldn't have. This structure, you have just to put structure and use the verbs. Was is gonna be wouldn't have cut off. This is the verb cut. Wouldn't have cut off. Okay? Here again, Sarah came late to the party. She took the wrong route. If Sarah, look here, we have came simple past, here simple past, verb came and verb took. If Sarah had not taken the wrong route, comma, she could have come to the party. By the way, this sense is because I forgot not here. I forgot late, but the sense is correct. Negative, positive, and positive for negative. Okay, comma in the middle. Emma didn't save enough money. She could not buy a computer. Emma could have bought a computer if she had saved enough money. So this is negative, positive, negative, positive. If clause here, this is followed all the time, if followed by past perfect or simple past. We never say if could or if would. No, never. Okay, it's clear, these examples. So let's go for more exercise about how the second and the third, how you can divide in exam difference between the second and third. Here you are. He was careless, that's why he had that terrible accident. If, look here, in order to divide between the second and the third by tenses, as I told you before, was, had, you have to use here the third conditional because we have simple past. Okay, if he, negative, here we have positive, you have to put negative. We can use I can't give you the answer right now. I'm waiting to react in my video and put comments about the answers. Give me the answers in order to discuss it and talk it, if you answer in a good way or do you understand the video or my lesson or not. Depends on the answers. Okay, so here, I can't buy a new computer because I don't have enough money. Look here, we have I can't. This is present. This is don't have. This is present. When we have present simple, we use the second type. You have just used the structure right now. We have if plus simple past plus could or would or should, whenever you like, plus verb infinitive. Okay, so in order to divide between the second and the third depends on the verb that you have it in your exam. Here we have present, second type. We have simple past, the third type. It's clear? Negative, positive, positive, negative. Okay. We have this sense is turn here and this one's turn. Depends on the meaning of the sense. I'm telling you, depends on the meaning. He missed the train because he was late. Because we use instead of because, comma. We don't use because again. If, here we have simple past, the third type. Positive, negative. She didn't attend the conference because she was pregnant. Again, simple, the third conditional. He died because they didn't rescue him on time. If, here simple past again, we have third conditional. Here we have positive. You have to use the negative and the negative for positive. Okay, it's clear. I hope that you understand my